Pledge of allegiance.
See, we already started.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call members, please.
Gary Roth.
Yes.
Anthony Grass. Carl Kinski.
Here.
Justin Donovan. Gina Bryant.
Here.
Kathy Waltz.
Here.
Jeff Eidman.
Here.
Joe Prince.
Here.
Approval of the agenda for February 6th. On the agenda, we have Bridget Bennett is requesting a special use permit to operate a winery / tasting room / gift shop with brewing and bottling on site at 245 Merchant Street.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the minutes from January 2, 2020.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Introduction of evidence.
Have the comprehensive plan, the city municipal code, and then you have a staff packet in front of you along with what I sent you earlier last week.
Motion to accept the evidence as presented.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Citizen input. Is there anyone in the crowd other than what is an agenda item? All right, move on to old business.
None, sir.
New business. Bridget Bennett is requesting a special use permit to operate a winery / tasting room / gift shop with brewing and bottling on site at 245 Merchant Street. Ms. Bennett, would you like to get up and address the board?
Podium, put the cameras on.
I was born here in St. Genevieve, down at the hospital in 1969, so coming back is kind of like a full circle for me. We are under contract with the building at 245 Merchant. Right now we close at the end of February, and we've had multiple conversations with Linus, or Chris as he's known, and we're interested in kind of reducing the capacity that he has today and bringing it more centralized into the downtown area and producing the wine and bottling it there in the cellar of the building. We've looked at other towns like Herman, Kimmswick, and then here in St. Genevieve, and we really like the downtown area and the feel of the town. Herman to us is always kind of like more of a drinking town. And then Kimmswick doesn't really have a good infrastructure. Sidewalks and streets and stuff aren't really kept up. But here in St. Genevieve, the vibe here in the downtown area is more of like a hometown feel and a shopping. And when people want to have a glass of wine, it's not to get drunk, it's to sit down and relax from their shopping, talk with their friends or their husband, and relax until they get back to their shopping. And that's kind of what we were looking for in a winery. So that's why we picked this downtown area.
Does anybody on the board have questions for Ms. Bennett?
When I saw brewing, are you planning on serving anything other than wine?
No, we want to focus on sweet wines and mead, which is a honey wine.
Okay.
So that'll be kind of new to the area. We know Lucy's does a lot of dry wine, so we don't want to compete with them. We want to stick with the sweet wines and meads and kind of spice it up a little bit. So instead of like a blackberry wine, it might be a blackberry mead with some clove and orange peel or something. Kind of add a little different appeal to it, more of a craft wine.
Samples.
I was just going to say that.
Any other questions from the board?
Not for her. You got recommendation from the police, our fire chief. Was there anything from Eric?
No, sir. Sorry, Andy. I talked with Joe about this at one point. We wouldn't even be here except the brewing and bottling isn't necessarily in city ordinance. So it's really the same use above the floor joist.
Okay, anybody from the audience, questions, comments? Yes, sir. Would you come up to the podium and state your name, please?
Bob Robinson, I live at 242 Merchant Street, across the street from this place, and I'm glad you'll be coming in town. Hope you can make it. I know nothing about bottling and brewing of wine. How much space does that take up? Is that what you do it all in that building?
Yes, sir.
And what kind of volume do you expect? Is it?
Today, they do about 9,000 bottles out of that building, and then the remainder is done through a distribution channel. That's too much for us. We didn't think that would be fun. It would take some of the fun out of making the wine. So we want to stick with, we're not going to do a distribution channel into Walmart or anything like he does today. We want to keep it in the building. And so we'll be able to do everything in the cellar and do it ourselves.
In the cellar?
In the cellar, yeah. We'll do it ourselves.
Not a 24-hour-a-day operation either, is it?
No, we plan on working it on weekends and then working with the visitor center whenever there's a bus or anything that comes in town to be open for that.
Yeah, I'm talking about when you're brewing and bottling, it's not doesn't go on 24 hours a day?
No, not at all.
So relatively compatible with the residential part of the neighborhood as well.
Yes, and when we first start up, we'll have to have some equipment brought in. It'll be small equipment, so the tanks will be about 150 gallons. So if you think about those white plastic totes that a lot of people use, those are 278 gallons, I think. So the tanks we use will be almost half that size. We know that a tractor trailer isn't going to come in that downtown area, so we'll work with box trucks to have it delivered, and we'll work to do that on a weekday and not a weekend, whenever.
Well, I'm glad to see the business. I hope the business can come here. The only thing I don't want to see is something that's a noisy drinking place, and you said that was not y'all's forte. And
Yeah. We don't plan on having bands out back or anything like that. That's not the nature of the town, and we don't want to disrupt that.
I agree. All right. Thanks.
There's also a stipulation in the special use permit that there be no noxious or offensive by reason of emission of smoke, dust, fumes, gas, odors, noise, or vibrations beyond the bounds of the building.
Anyone else?
Come on, Nick, you got something to say.
No.
He's wanted to meet his new neighbor.
No problem.
Anyone else with any more questions?
No other questions, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Have a roll call, please.
Absolutely. Gary Roth?
Yes.
Carl Kinski?
Yes.
Gina Bennett?
Bryant, yes.
Kathy Waltz?
Yes. Yes.
Jeff Iden?
Yes.
Oh, she's Bennett.
Yeah. You may be.
Joe Prince?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Any other business?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
6:08.
That was a long one.
That was all.